good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whichever time of day you find your ears listening to the sound that is flowing from your speakers. Welcome back to your weekly wrap-up show on CeeJay Sports, where I sprinkle a little fantasy in your football. I'm CeeJay, CeeJay, your uncle, your nephew, your next door neighbor looking out for you, your shoulder when you need to lean. Without further delay, leg out. Week 9, won't you step down? Okay, Week 9, won't you step down on this election day? If you haven't cast your vote in the early voting, and if you're eligible to vote, make sure you make your vote count in this all-important election. But I digress, as Week 9 came to a conclusion in the league, as almost every team that lost was clobbered in some form or fashion. As I kick off your Week 9 scores as I'm going in. Decimated, dominated, and devastated. Alliteration, I love it, by Big Boss AJ. 183 to 102.5 as Melvin Gordon rumbled for 36 points. Wham, bam, thank you, Cam. Pummeled, pounced, and pushed aside. Alliteration, I love it. The RS Eagles 132 to 86.5 with 32 points on Russell Wilson, while Jamel Hawk hog-tied. 124.5 to 95 as Drew Brees notched 32 points. Team Persia knocked out the world champion Ruthless Rams 124 to 112.5 as Dak Prescott gave him 31 points. And finally, the fearless Bowlers was literally spanked by Spirit Animal 114.5 to 74.5 with 37 big ones from Matt Ryan. Your Week 9 standings in the Get Up and Get Down League still have Spirit Animal sitting on top of the mountain at 8-1 in the East, while the Fearless Ballers is losing ground and dropped to 5-4. Wham Bam, thank you Cam, moved up to 4-5. Coming in at 2-7 is I'm Going In, and the RS Eagles occupies the last spot at 1-7. In the West, Jamel Hawk is boasting a record of 7-2. Big Boss AJ climbed to 6-3, and Team Persia also climbed to 6-3, while X Gonna Give It To You dropped to 4-5, and the world champion Ruthless Rams rounded the last spot at 2-7. Drum roll, please. Now for your top 5 fantasy football scoring leaders, as Matt Ryan continues to lead the pack with 265 points. Drew Brees comes in at second with 242 points, while Aaron Rodgers sits at the third spot with 228 points. Occupying the fourth spot at 1 point behind is Andrew Luck, and Derek Carr rounds out the top 5 with 218 points. And finally, prepare yourself for a phenomenal Christmas musical production, The Great Exchange, presented by Exalted Arts and directed by the talented Cynthia Garcia and hosted by yours truly at the historic Deluxe Theater in Houston, Texas from December 15th through December 18th. For more information, go to their Facebook page at Exalted Arts Theater Company. Now it's time to pay some bills, even though I'm not making any money. Musical credits for the wrap-up show are as follows. Background music, T.I.'s Whatever You Like, brought to you by Future Pop Stars of American X Gunning Boutique, the clean version by Murky. I'm going in by Lil Wayne featuring Drake and 911's Joke, not really by Public Enemy, for the sole purpose of Get Up and Get Down. Tune in next week to the Fantasy Football Wrap-Up Show in the Get Up and Get Down League, hosted by yours truly, CeeJay, CeeJay, where I sprinkle a little fantasy in your football. And I leave you with this by Henry Ford. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again. This time, more intelligently. Holla, great is your grace.